My name is Salih Mansur. I'm hailing from New York City. It is 2:10 something, 2:20, I guess. Yeah, after midnight. And so my presentation will be about uh, my digital literacy class that I've designed for me to graduate from Master of Science in Instructional Technology in 2024. So the objective was to empower underserved adult learners with simple and adaptable digital skills, integrate AI and Google tools for everyday tasks. So what I mean with underserved, uh, mostly like delivery workers in New York City, were my target. So the school where I work in New York, right around Times Square. So right around the area, there's a cafe, kind of ethnic. So lots of delivery workers come by. They sit down, wait for their turns. You know, they do deliver food and stuff and other. So while I had to like get my master's to graduate, the capstone project was I was thinking about it and I said, okay, it is easy to design a course out of theory uh, and move on versus put a course, a class, integrate it into real life and do something about it and learn from the participants. So that was my goal, raise an awareness. So in the visual, I put kind of the AI, it's kind of golden color. And I always tell them that your smartphone is a gold mine. We are all like holding a gold mine, but it's a potential, and it is up to us to use and utilize it. I also put Google because initially I started with Google, and I thought that Google, like many people, like would use and utilize Google a lot, but it turns out that like there are also people like only using like Yahoo Mail, Hotmail, iCloud, etc. Not everybody was like, in the Google ecosystem. Although like we always like search, and instead of, oh, can you search it? We say Google it. So the hypothesis, the basic exposure, step-by-step mentorship, ZPT zone, proximity development, and scaffolding by Vygotsky, increased digital literacy and confidence. So here are my delivery um, guys, participants. Not everybody was at delivery, but the majority, uh, delivery workers. So I designed the course through an LMS, uh, learning management system. So the Google Classroom was the easiest and the more convenient for me. So this is my Google Classroom uh, modules. As you see, I have, course statement, instructor, syllabus, pre-course survey. So I used pre-course survey in the beginning. We will see it soon. Then I always put like module 0, so see what's going on, what we're gonna learn, how, etc. Although modules are numbered, uh, somebody can start from Zoom, somebody can start from Google Tools or anything. But in like module 0, I always like meet them in person and download all the apps. Of course, like ChatGPT, like Google Gmail, like in one place. If they don't use it, like kind of Gmail, and that's okay too. I also like download Zoom, Google Meets, and then So since they have the tools, they can use it. Also, like one uh, special arrangement made a great difference whenever I interact with my participants. Uh, if I put all the tools, apps in their home screen, the first page, so they're more like, attentive what's going on, and the notifications are on. So they see the red dot or kind of, alarm that, there is like, if they receive something, they can see it. It made a great difference. So we had like 11. Initially, I was like working on like over 20, uh, but it's not easy. Everybody's busy, like New York minute, they say. Everybody like the city that never sleeps. And so, but I'm glad from 9 to 11. So I had people who participate in surveys. And so it took me about a year, spring, summer, fall. Uh, During like these times, also I was taking class from Harvard in applied design, etc. So I was just like seeing the theory and practical sides of my design. And also, like towards the end, we had post-course survey, after class survey. Okay. Also, so like about a dozen adults, as you see the pre-survey. Not every questions here. I had about 15 questions. After survey, same. And also, I want to tell you about the Likert scale. I start with 0, which is the usual is like 1 to 5 mostly, sometimes 7, etc. I said 0 because if somebody doesn't know anything, and if we put 1, 1 is something, right? But 0 is nothing. So beginner, like beginner's mind. So that's why my Likert scale is like different. Also, I want to tell you that like I put like expert here. Uh, it is the expert in the beginner or foundational aspect. It's not like somebody, even in my case, I have a dozen AI seminars just recently got from Harvard. Before that, MIT. Also, I'm getting my master's in AI systems. I cannot say that I'm an expert, but I put that so it was just like for the basics. Uh, okay. Uh, so this is kind of like the big picture. Excuse my the quality of the picture and pixels. But if you look at the pre-survey and after survey, usually the bars are like to the left, like from 0 to 1, you see. I'm gonna show you the original survey in a moment. And after class, usually either like 1, 2, and more. And so that made difference. So it took me about a year. Somebody like was able to do like all the like go through all modules in a few weeks, and somebody in a few months. So, but in overall, I had to kind of a little bit push them and you know touch them on the shoulder. Hey, yeah, let's do this. And so it was kind of like mentor and mentee relationship. So I want to show you the like responses. This is the pre, as you see, like mostly people are in the ones, overall digital literacy, but it is they reporting. So we don't know that they're like 1 or 2. Somebody might have put like 1, sorry, 3. It's like advanced in digital literacy and might not be. So benefit of doubt. As you see, like Gmail, like everybody's using Gmail, but Despite that, everybody's kind of the beginner and other stuff. Many people like have problems uh, attaching files and other stuff and sharing links through email whatsoever. So I'm gonna go through here like very quick. For example, also like when I started, like I had high hopes for Google, and I thought that everybody would be interested in like Google sites and other stuff. They had no idea, like, hey, we didn't know that Google, you can make like websites with Google. So, but I had a few people like, they kind of knew and they were interested. Google Meets, like Zoom took over. Uh, we got a like very short training with Google Meets, uh, etc. And here's the AI in general. They all had some ideas, uh, but they weren't really, like all the way. Like one person said, but I know like the person, I guess like he put number 4 in Likert scale. But he kind of like knew how to prompt properly. Yeah, that's why maybe he'll so like as well, like in the beginning, they all knew like Chat GPT, but Copilot, here and there, Gemini, that time it was Bard and other stuff. Even like Amazon Rufus, like nobody, like I was like showing them that, hey, if you want to buy something on Amazon and you want to compare, you can just ask Rufus. I don't know if it's still around now. So, and you see, like to start learning by teaching, improvise, and other stuff. Okay. So come back to after class survey responses. Okay, here we go. So at least we don't have any zeros. And also it's been a year, like 6 months at least. Oh, what is that? 6, 7, 8. Oh, 8. Yeah, we finish in December, 8, 9, 9 months. So amazing things are happening. So I see like I'm kind of like reaping what I saw, what I, just like, and I'm very happy about it. For example, like small things like Google Sheets, I was like trying to train them in like time management and other stuff, but they were happy that at least they had some idea about Google Sheets. Ah, yeah, it is similar to Excel. Okay, Google Drive. You see, like 1, 2. So also I got to learn that from adult learners, people who actively working outside, expectations are not high. You know, in a year, like because like different people and not much, but not really. Like somebody will say, hey, yeah, I could get them like 3 to 4s at least, or 2 to 3s. But they're always busy, and it seems that they're not very interested like initially. But eventually they were kind of like following through. Okay. And back to, so this is the like big picture as you see. So it made about 40% difference. And reflections, participants, I had participants from the early 20s as age to late 60s. Somebody used like as retirement, just uh, like they were like collecting their paper like in one place, Google Drive. At least they got to learn about that. Not everybody had the same outcome. There was like one person, just like on Friday, I saw him, like he has a small business, like he got a website, but he was happy that AI helped him to get some kind of HTML code, and he applied it to his website. For example, like I told him, hey, yeah, it took me like I've been studying like for over 2 decades, HTML and other stuff, CSS. And I told him like 20 years ago, it would take me like at least 2, 3 days to do this. Like it took him like a couple of minutes. to insert some kind of HTML code into his website and make it work. And also all participants, you know, I can see their, just like improvement. Also, some kind of phenomenal reflection about them is they're growing. It is not that like 8, 9 months ago, they're not the same. I see them that, they're putting on. Also, like I have one kind of like star student. She has some kind of financial background in Turkey, came to America. Uh, like it took about 2 months for her to start working H&R Block. She was working at the kind of restaurant while like we were kind of conducting some kind of mentoring and other stuff through Zoom, sometimes Google Meets. She was taking notes while like at work because she's not always busy. uh, I'm gonna do this and do that. So I had to put that black dot in here because of privacy, the name. She had to find contacts because our class also involved like, like taking action towards real life, not like in regular schools, just like do this and that and get the grade and move on. No. So I'm very proud of her that she's like improving and improving a lot. Also, like one participant, look, he was asking me something. I was so surprised that I just received a notification. It was about 6 months, maybe more, about a year ago. Time goes flies by in New York. So he shares something like meeting with me on Google Calendar. I'm like, wow. Also, same with my star student, like she's working for H&R Block. She shares links with Zoom and invites me. And she's never done that before. So my point is like simple education, my point is making it like, less step by step and making it fit custom to ever, like each participant makes a great difference. So as like one participant said, so this course gave me the key to go on. So I can see that how like one participant somehow like prompted well to ChatGPT and got a great HTML. Okay, so this is my reflection. It was the like concept of transfer knowledge. It is not that I taught that person about the HTML, but he had to transfer that knowledge. And with the help of AI, he was able to sustain his website for his business, like for better. So also like this is an ed tech, education technology, AI and other stuff. But I had to utilize lots of psychology, education psychology, adult learning, Vygotsky's scaffolding, like mentoring, cognitive theory of multimedia learning by Richard Meyer, self-efficacy, and most important concept of transfer knowledge. Whatever you learn, you can apply and transfer to anywhere, less or more. So that's it. And if you guys have any questions, you can ask. And thank you for listening and tuning in.